Okay, let me show you how you can create the muscle bulge in a very simple way for this exercise. First of all, let's create the joints. Let's go to the animation menu set and the skeleton and joint tool. And let's turn the snapping on so that we create the joints with the grid. Okay. So we got 3 joints. Doesn't have to be too complex. If you do want to add the hands, you can do that. So let's go to the polygon menu set, and let's create 2 simple. Let's turn the snapping off, because once you do that, then that becomes a problem. Let's create just the bicep and the forearm for this exercise. And align it here on the side view and over here on this view to make sure it's with the bone, and it's right here. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate it to make this one over here, so Control D to duplicate it, and with the move tool selected I can just move it. And this can be rotated. You can even shape it a little bit more if you want. Use your creativity to make it look as nice as you can. Okay. I'm going to make this one slightly longer, just a little bit, just for aesthetic purposes, to differentiate it from that one. Okay, the next thing, I'm going to add more detail to that cylinder because we're going to need it later as we build the bulge on the arm. Okay, so here's our arm. Let's maximize the perspective view, and if you see that we move the root joint, the shoulder joint, everything is not connected yet. So I'm going to select the 3 surfaces that we have, the 2 surfaces on the joint, and I'm going to go to Skin, Smooth Bind. When we do that, you're going to notice that then now the cylinders are following the joints. Okay. If we rotate over here, we're noticing already a little bit of deformation. So let me zoom in. What we want to do is, first of all, set the keyframes on the movement. So with that joint selected, press S to set a key, and you're going to notice a keyframe. 1 second into the animation, let's say frame 30. I want to just rotate in that view, and somehow it's skewing a little bit, but let's use it like that for now. Let's press S, and let's go back to normal position. Maybe I should do that on the other viewport. Let's backtrack and use which viewport do we use? That one, this one here. That way we get a nice straight angle. For some reason it's getting skewed on the perspective. Let's go on frame 60 again, middle mouse button, and make it go back to the initial state. Okay, so now what we have is pretty much the arm that bulges, the bends, and goes back to resting mode. Okay, but what we want is to give a little bit of a bulge. So let's go to the perspective view again. So there's an easy way to do that by just keyframing on the geometry itself, which is easy to understand to start with. So when we come back, what we're going to do is we're going to start deforming this to create a little bit of a bulge.